Hey everybody, it's Carrie and I'm back with a weekly chat video. And first of all, I want to say a great big welcome and a great big thank you to all of my new subscribers and all of my old subscribers as well. Thank you guys for sticking around with me. I really appreciate it. If you are new to my channel, I do these weekly chats just to kind of let you guys know how a bit of my week is gone, or I may even talk about stuff I've seen on YouTube, just things in the world that I'm interested in discussing. So that's what I like to do with these weekly chats. And I will tell you, since I've got the puppies, some of these weekly chats are going to consist of a lot of puppy talk. I'm just going to warn you right now. And if you are not an animal fan, I get that, and you want to watch other videos, I've got hundreds of other videos on my channel. They incorporate fashion, cooking, some vlogs, product reviews, haul videos, unboxing. So there's a lot of content on my channel. So if you're, again, not thrilled with the puppy talk, you can watch other videos and I won't mind whatsoever. So I'm going to go ahead and get it started with this chat. I've got other things than puppy talk to talk about, but I thought we would just start with puppy talk again. I have them in my lap right now and I will definitely be showing them to you, but they're asleep right now, so I thought I would tell you a bit how the puppy week is gone, and then I'll show you when I get through with the puppy week. So it's been a good week and a bit of a stressful week, kind of all rolled into one with the puppies. Some things that have happened, I debated with myself if I wanted to share some of the things that happened, but then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and share it. I hope nobody gets upset with me. Something happened that was beyond my control, and it greatly upset me, but I will tell you about that, so, as well as the other things. But last Saturday night, and this was another thing that was beyond my control, but everything's worked out, everything's fine. So I keep being redundant, sorry about that. Last Saturday night, Coco was asleep. I think I had both puppies in my lap, so they were both asleep, but Coco started looking like she was dreaming. She was making what appeared to be like a sucking motion with her mouth, and I thought maybe she's dreaming and thought she was still nursing on her mom. I don't know what was going on, but then she made this noise that I can only describe it between a cough, a snort, and a sneeze. Somewhere around that, she made this noise, and she did it like 5 or 6 times, and I was like, oh my goodness, what is wrong with my puppy? I didn't know what was wrong with her. She did it again Sunday morning, but she did it when she was asleep. I called the vet's office and they said just watch her for a few days, and if she continues to do it, call us and bring her in. And so I talked to a lot of other people that I know that have dogs, and they're like, oh, she's just dreaming. Dogs make noises when they're dreaming. Don't worry about it. Well, then Thursday rolls around and she did it when she was awake. And I'm like, she's not dreaming. This is not what's going on. So I called the vet on Thursday and they said, we have an opening on Friday. So I took her in on Friday and took her to the vet. They examined her. Everything is normal, and the vet kind of started making these noises, and she was like, does it sound like this? Does it sound like this? And I finally was like, that's what it sounds like right there. And again, I can't recreate it. And the vet said, that is a reverse sneeze. I will admit that I thought the vet was making that up because I've never heard of a reverse sneeze in my life. But I Googled it, it is a thing, and the vet said that Dachshund puppies are extremely prone to doing this. And it's normal. Don't worry about it. They'll grow out of it. So she started doing that, but it did worry me quite a bit because I thought something was wrong with them. I started Googling puppy coughing, and it seemed to be that kennel cough was the most popular thing that was coming back. But when the vet examined her, she says when she rubs her kind of neck area or the trachea, if she had kennel cough, she would have started coughing when she did that, and she did not do that. Everything else was normal. She said she's a healthy puppy. She's just doing this thing. So anyway, that was my little bit of stress with Coco. And so my stress with Chanel and or Coco. Sunday morning, so I'm going to go digress back again. So since I've told the Coco story, Sunday morning, I put them in the crate when I went to church. So the crate, Chanel hates the crate so much. Hates it immediately. The whining got worse and worse and worse as the week went along. Saturday night was rough. Sunday, as soon as I put them in the crate, and they don't stay in the crate very much. It was just overnight, and then if I went out of the house. So Sunday morning, I put them in the crate, and Coco went right to sleep, and Chanel whined almost from the second I put her in there. And I would talk to her, say, "You're okay." I put, if you happen to watch the puppy haul, I had them a pink squeaky toy monkey. I put that in there to hopefully comfort them a little bit. Well, when I got home from church, one of the puppies, or both the puppies, I'm not sure which, had an accident, and they pooed in the crate. And the poo was everywhere. It was on them. It was on the bed. It was on their blanket. It was on that monkey. So the monkey was a casualty of that incident and had to be thrown away. Everything else was washable. The puppies got a bath. The blankets, the bed, everything was washed. So at that point, I decided the crate is, they beat me. They won the crate, or at least Chanel won this crate battle. And so made the decision to put them in the bathroom at night, or if I go out, I put their bed in there. They have a night light. They have their puppy pads in there, and they are sleeping so much better. I am sleeping so much better, and life seems to be very good now. So I know that a lot of people are pro crates. I am not against them, and I wish it would have worked out, and maybe if I had persevered a little bit, I would have won the battle with Chanel. But I basically needed to get some sleep, and I did not want to have to wash the bed and the blankets every single time they had an accident in there. So, and let me tell you, they had both went to the bathroom and did both of their jobs that morning, twice. So I don't know if it was just anxiety that caused the extra to happen or what, but anyway, so that happened with Chanel. I'm blaming her because she's the worst one with the crate, but it could have been Coco that had the accident. I'm not really sure which, but so that was on Sunday. So let's fast forward to Tuesday night with Chanel and Coco. I had picked them both up, and I had Coco in my right arm and Chanel in my left arm. And this is what I was hesitant to tell you and to confess this. Chanel started squirming so much, and she jumped out of my arm. And because of the fact that I was holding Coco in my other arm, I couldn't let go of her and drop her to try to grab Chanel, and Chanel fell. I felt horrible. She cried, I started crying, and Coco started crying in sympathy. And but she was fine. About 30 seconds later, she stopped crying. She's absolutely fine. And she started running a few seconds, about 30 seconds to a minute later, she started running. She was fine. So, but oh my word, I was so upset about that. And that's what I was hesitant to tell you guys, because I didn't want anybody to get mad at me for allowing her to jump out of my arms. I didn't really drop her so much as she jumped and I couldn't catch her. So on Wednesday night, I was sitting in the floor with them, and what did she do again? She jumped again. She was in my lap and jumped, and that time I was able to catch her. She wouldn't have fallen as far, but still I didn't want her jumping even that much. So Chanel has turned into a jumper, but since I have not been putting them in the crates, the whining has almost stopped with Chanel, but Coco has started whining. Coco has picked up the whining. And I'm going to tell you, I believe Coco is a mama's girl, because I can be in the kitchen and I keep all the doors closed for the most part to keep them from wandering in there and making a mess. So she will go to my bedroom door and whine and whine and whine. I'm like, Coco, I'm in here, come in here. And so she has turned into a bit of a whiner. So anyway, they've kind of almost changed personalities. Chanel has really calmed down since she hasn't been in the crate. And Coco is turned into a very needy mama's girl and has gotten very hyper at the same time. So anyway, yes, Coco has gotten extremely hyper and hops around like a rabbit. She'll just start jumping up and down and doesn't really go anywhere. So I thought, it's just funny to watch. I thought I'd go ahead and show them to you now. Here's Coco right here. I just woke her up. There she is, and she's still a sweet girl. I love her so much, even though she's gotten a bit whiny. There she is. Let me show you how long they've gotten. I feel like they have almost doubled in size since I brought them home. There she is. Oh, and when she went to the vet on Friday, she weighed in at 2 pounds. And she was 1.2 pounds the Monday after I brought them home on a Saturday. So she's almost doubled in size for her weight. And let me show you Chanel. Let me wake her up. Here she is. And she's just a little bit bigger. Not sure how much she weighs, but I know she's more than Coco. And she's a little bit longer. I did measure them with a tape measure from like the base of their neck, or at about right here until the end of their bum. And again, that's probably not the best measurement, but I believe Chanel was 8 inches long and Coco was 7 inches. So based on that, and it's not an accurate measurement, but they are so sweet, and I will tell you, they're kind of becoming like toddlers now, and even though they're still puppies, but they are getting into so much. Oh man, it's a mess with them, but I am enjoying every minute of it, even having to clean up their messes. So they are 8 weeks old today as I'm filming this video. So here they are. Say we're 8 weeks old today. And they go back to the vet when they're 9 weeks. They'll go on a Monday after they've had their 9th week birthday, I guess you could say. So anyway, I thought I would share some more stuff with you now that I'm done the puppy talk, which has been a long talk with the puppy talk. I just had to put the puppies down. That's why if you saw any weird kind of like editing or a delay in there, one of them almost fell out of my lap and I'm like, I can't drop one of them again, so I had to put them down. But in other news for this week, I got Fleur's new book in. I guess it's not so new anymore because it's been out for several months, it feels like. I ordered it from Amazon, and it just takes a while for these books. It seems to be the British YouTubers, their books to come in. It just seems to really take a while. I do know that I ordered Tanya Bakes from Amazon UK, and that one actually came in fairly quickly. So I'm kind of wondering if I would have ordered from Amazon UK Fleur's book, if I would have ordered it, would it have come in faster? It may have. But anyway, I'm glad I got it. So far, I mean, it came in on Thursday. I just started looking at it a little bit last night. It is a beautiful book. Again, I just barely got into it, but it is definitely a step above the last one that she did. The last one was beautiful as well, but it was like a paperback, but the quality of this one is amazing, and I just think that is awesome, and it's a beautiful book. So I plan on definitely reading that. And then other things I kind of wanted to talk about. Have any of you who are subscribed to Netflix, have you watched the Amanda Knox documentary? I have just started it. I may be like about 30 minutes into it, and I've got to tell you, I am fascinated with that whole story. I have been fascinated with it for years, and so I just wondered if you guys have watched it, what are your thoughts? I'll tell you right now, ever since I first heard the story and kind of got really intrigued about it, I never once believed Amanda did it. I'm just going to tell you, I think she and Raffaele are innocent of the whole crime. They do have the person who actually committed the murder. He is in prison. He confessed to it. And it seems to be that that particular prosecutor in that case will just not let it go with Amanda and Raffaele. That's just my opinion about it. And one reason, though, I do say that he won't let it go is because I was listening, I want to say it was on a podcast of this particular author. I don't remember his name, but he's a writer, a journalist. And he and another guy, he was an American. He joined up with this Italian journalist or writer several years ago, and they started investigating, doing like more of an investigative news type story of this serial killer in Florence, Italy. And that same prosecutor that was in the Amanda Knox case started looking at them and accusing them of committing these heinous murders. And so he almost ruined both of their lives, and neither one of them had anything to do with it whatsoever. So he just seems to focus in on, and again, I don't know the man whatsoever. I don't know a lot about him, just from what I've heard from these two stories, but he seemed to really focus in on, lose focus of what's really going on, and just said, just went, put the blinders on and it's like made up his mind and said, these people did it, I'm going after them. And so I have watched other, like, I don't know if it was on Dateline or 2020, a story about the Amanda Knox trial in Raffaele, and they were presenting evidence or the lack thereof. And so there was zero evidence against Amanda and Raffaele. The evidence that they did turn up, it wasn't them at all. I mean, it was like at one part they said there was DNA on a particular knife and that they had found in Raffaele's flat. It turned out it wasn't DNA, it was rye bread. I remember hearing that in that Dateline or whatever it was episode, and it was just like, come on. Anyway, I just wanted your thoughts. What do you guys think? She did it and Raffaele did it? I just don't think they did. The evidence does not point to it. Amanda did make a mistake early on in the investigation when she was being questioned. She didn't really confess to it, but she wrote something out that they took as a confession, and she did falsely accuse somebody else of doing this. So that was a huge error in judgment on her part. But anyway, I'm just curious if you guys watched it. What are your thoughts on it? Let me know. And I didn't mind sharing mine with you guys as well. And I think this might be the last thing that I want to talk about with you today. I just droned on and on about the puppy so long, I didn't want to belabor the point in anything else. But I was recently watching a Q&A that Tanya Burr did, and she got asked a question, and it just started triggering thoughts in my mind. But somebody asked her, what is your pet peeve? And if you watched the video, you know what she said. If you didn't, I believe she said it was flaky people. But that made me start thinking, what is my pet peeve? And then I got curious. I was wanting to know if y'all wanted to share with me what your pet peeves are, and just for fun if you want to share. But my pet peeve is negativity. And the reason why I say that, I mean, number one, who likes negativity? But I have encountered two different people in my life that are negative from the time that I was around them. Now, I can't say because I wasn't with them 24/7, but literally almost all the time that I was around them, they were 100% negative. And I will tell you that literally just drove me crazy, because I'm like, how can this person be so negative? Neither one of these people ever had a positive thing to say. And if you say one thing that was positive, they would turn around and find something negative about it. So that was kind of I would say would be my number one pet peeve, was negativity. I dislike it in myself. Okay, I will say, we all have been negative at some point in time. I think it's impossible to be a human and be alive and not be negative at some point in your life. But just the constant negativity, let's put it that way, the constant where it's always on. I'm like, let's turn it off sometime and let's be positive. So that would be my number one. And then I would say my number two would be rudeness. And I was inadvertently rude to a couple people the past couple weeks. It was one of those situations where I don't even want to say what I said, because it would be, you would have had to have been there. But somebody said something, and I said something in response, but it came out rude, and I didn't mean to be. And then I was trying to fix it, and it was just making it worse. It was just one of those things, and I felt so horrible. And then I was like, should I just apologize, or is it just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse? So even though it was by accident on my part, because there was no malicious intent to it, I was just like, I said something and it came out rude, and I felt horrible about it. And I just can't stand rudeness, number one, in myself. I despise it in myself, and I don't like it in other people as well. So those are my pet peeves. I don't know if this was the end of ending the video on a negative. I didn't mean to be, because I definitely don't like negativity, but I just thought we could share some pet peeves with each other if you guys wanted to share yours with me. And let's see, something positive. Oh, this is not positive at all, but I just had another thought. I filmed a shoe haul. This is where my mind goes. It just jumps around. I filmed a shoe haul. It felt like over a month ago. I completely forgot about it. It is still on this SD card. I haven't watched it back. I don't know if it's in focus or not. I need to edit that, and it may go up this Friday. I also went to Lush, and I filmed a Lush haul. And I did not mean to buy as many things as I bought, so I do have a Lush haul that I need to edit as well. So you might get a shoe haul, or you might get a Lush haul on Friday. I'm not sure. Or you might get something on Wednesday. I also have a couple of baking videos that I need to edit. I've really been procrastinating lately. I'm sorry, guys. And I need to stop droning on and on about just random stuff. Even though I say this in almost every video and I have yet to stop it. It's just me. It's just me. So, anyway, I was trying to end on a positive note, and that's where I ended up going. But I hope you guys have had a blessed and wonderful week. Let me know what's going on with you guys. I love, love, love hearing from you guys. And if you don't mind, go ahead and click that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And give this video a thumbs up. If you hung around to the end, please give me a thumbs up. Am I begging? Yes, I am. I would really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so, so much. Bye, everybody.